So introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I am Logan, Logan Hope.
And you have a really interesting Instagram page.
Thank you. I'm also known as That Bearded Bug Guy on Instagram and TikTok and soon YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Nice.
I just need to find free time in my life. But
Yeah, good luck with that. It takes
easier
all
said
of
than
it.
done.
So I love your content because I love watching what you do with your enclosures. It is just, you give so much
I try.
to your animals.
I try.
And that is so inspiring to me.
Yeah.
And I just want to know why.
Why I love snakes? They're cool. I've just always been drawn to them. I love snakes. I love lizards. I went to school for biology and entomology, so bugs are like the root of my passion. But you know, it's hard not to love everything else.
Yeah.
Everyone always says as a keeper, you end up like gravitating towards certain animals. I've been keeping for 14 years now, and I just still get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
There's just so many things I love about everything that's different. I don't know.
Talk to me about that.
My big reasoning is I have always loved watching animal behavior. So if I could be out in the wild and watch these animals, that's all I would do. So I want to see, like, my goal is I want to see all their behaviors in the wild in captivity.
I love it.
So like I was telling you with my big blue beauty snake, like I would never be able to see a 9+ foot snake swim unless I give him a giant enclosure and pond and stuff. And you know, you're able to see like these behaviors that, you know, just leads you to ask more questions like, well, why are they doing that? Like, what's the reasoning for that? I mean, they sit up at the top and hang down looking at the floor. So it's like, are they doing that because they're hunting? Or, you know, if you set them up in these bigger naturalistic enclosures, you're just able to see much more of their like natural behaviors. I also think it helps like kind of calm them down.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these animals that have a stigma around being like mean or defensive or something, a lot of that, in my opinion, in my experience, is they don't feel safe in their current enclosures or environment. So if they have a space where they know they can get away, they know they can go places where you can't reach them, all of a sudden they calm way down.
Yeah.
Like my blue beauty snake, bring him up again. I had him in a 4x2 for a little bit while I was building his big grow tent. I couldn't walk by it without him striking at the glass.
He was so stressed
He
out.
was so mean. And then as soon as I put him in that grow tent, just calms down. And you can see it. Like you get up in his face like a few inches away. He's just doing the slow, curious tongue flicks.
Yeah.
Like he knows you're not going to bother him. He knows he can get away.
Get away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just like seeing their natural behaviors. I
love
want to feel
that.
like I'm looking into a little window and just seeing like wherever that environment is, whether it's, you know, Vietnam or Australia or South America. I just want to feel like I got a little window into their world.
I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. It's so inspiring. And then you get the joy not only of seeing these beautiful enclosures, right? But like of getting to interact with the animals more.
Absolutely. And I'm a big believer on reinforcing positive interactions. If you know how to read the body language of a snake or iguana, or I mean, I got an alligator in my basement too. Like if you learn how to read their body language, they will tell you when they don't want to be held, when they don't want anything to do with you. But then they'll also kind of show you like when it's okay to. And as long as, you know, you're respecting their boundaries, you know what you're doing, you can kind of read their behavior, like it only improves, you know, their captive husbandry.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get these animals that are known for being mean, known for being defensive jerks, to all of a sudden being like a puppy dog.
Yeah.
Like a blue beauty snake, how it's known for being this defensive, mean snake. Mine is like a ball python. He never will bite me when we're handling him.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
because he knows. Like I've handled him for the last 8 years. Like he knows I'm not going to do anything to hurt him. He goes back in, and all he remembers is the positive interaction.
Yeah. And you've built trust.
Yes.
I love talking about that experience too, because it's a beautiful experience.
It is.
You put in the work and you know that this animal is not afraid of you.
Yeah. So recently I brought my big blue beauty snake outside when we were gardening, and we have a big arbor in our front yard, and we were just gardening, and so I let him climb up there. And after like 15 minutes, I'm like, all right, he's looking like he wants a way down. So I just go and I stand just next to the arbor, still talking to my partner. And next thing I know, I feel this snake on my head, down my face, and down onto the fence again. And just using me as their
I
tiny
love
clothes.
it.
But it's like, the thing is, like, this snake knows I am a living person. I am not a tree.
No,
Like,
yeah.
he knows that, and yet he's still choosing to come down and climb on me.
Yeah.
Like, that's trust.
Yeah. I had a green tree python, and she was the most docile because I spent the time showing her that I was not a threat.
Yeah.
Like, right up to my face, never bit. Never. Like, you just need to respect them and work with them.
And it's time, it's patience, it's work, it's a lot of things that unfortunately a lot of reptile keepers aren't willing to put in the work towards. It's still a hobby that's viewed as, and it's the case for a lot of these animals, of you set them up and they're done. They're fine in that box, but it's so much better if you put in that work. Like my iguana, she's 8 years old now. I've heard all the stories of how crazy a green iguana could be, but I've also heard all the stories of how sweet a green iguana could be. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do everything I can to get a nice one. So for the first year, for an hour and a half every day, we would hang out in the little bathroom together. And I would just, this was in college, so I would just bring my laptop and work. I would put a bunch of greens all over me, so she would be like forced to climb and interact with me.
Yes.
And now she is the sweetest iguana you will ever meet. Like, she comes up for scratches and will lean into you to the point where, like, you have to keep her from falling. It's like a cat. Like, it's so funny.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. So much respect for you.
Thank you. So much respect to you.
Mad respect.
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, you are?
I'm in Michigan. Born and raised Washington State. So,
Okay.
not a
You came a
Michigander.
long way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're working.
I'm
so-
working. Yep,
okay.
Exoterra.
Okay. Well, I'm really happy to meet you.
Thanks.
I'm really glad.
You too.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Thank you.